financialexpress.com. It's the counting day for 5 major state elections, and the trends are clear now. While Manipur and Goa are still a close fight, what is clear is that BJP has emerged as the biggest party in UP and is all set to sweep the elections. Today I have with me Sumit Gulati, Arnab Biswas and Charlene Agrawal from financialexpress.com to tell us what this victory for BJP and Congress in Punjab means for India, economy and the markets. Hi Arnab. So BJP's victory in Uttar Pradesh is being seen as a possible indication of what is in store for us in 2019. What's your take on that?
If you look at various reports and various analysts and various anchors, they are dubbing this as the semi-final prior to the final in 2019.
Right.
So if you take that, then it's a big win for Prime Minister Modi and BJP. And if you look at Uttar Pradesh in general, it contributes around 80 seats to the Lok Sabha. And if you look at today's trends, BJP is leading in over 310 seats.
Right.
If that is the scenario, then they're really done very well. And it's a positive sign for BJP and Prime Minister Modi. However, you don't know in 2019 how the southern states will vote. But if you recall, Tamil Nadu is a state where with Jayalalitha no more there, then that state is again open. So you never know, in 2019 BJP can get some votes from there and get some seats from there. So all in all, it's a very positive mood for the BJP. It's a good sign for BJP, and I don't see any reason why they can't win 2019.
But is there need for caution? I mean, they won 2014 for UP. I mean, for the Lok Sabha polls, they swept it in UP, and now the 2017 polls. So don't you think that in 2019 there will be a sheer amount of anti-incumbency when it comes to UP?
Yes, a very good question. There could be a double anti-incumbency for Modi. He'll be having 5 years of central rule and 2 years of UP rule.
Right.
So he has to go ahead with his projects. He has to go ahead with his promises that he made to the people of UP. And if he can deliver on that, I don't see why BJP can't come in 2019. As of now, I also don't see a credible opposition leader who can take on Modi in 2019.
But you know, as you rightly pointed out, we don't know how the regional politics will pan out. But if you look at the election results this time, Mulayam Singh has been sidelined, and Tamil Nadu politics is unclear. What do you think it means for the regional, leaders? And also, Congress has emerged in Punjab. So the Congress Mukt Bharat dream is obviously not, there. It's not over. And Manipur, Goa may go the Congress way. So Congress may also emerge in 2019. What does it all mean for the regional and other parties?
So when you look at regional and other parties, I would take two instances. One is Congress as one, and another as other regional parties. So if you look at Congress as one, Congress is there only in Punjab and Karnataka as of now. Karnataka is going to elections next year. You don't know what the result will be there. BJP can well make a comeback there. So for Congress, they really have to pull up their socks to challenge Modi. But for opposition, I can't see any such credible faces as of now. You have Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal, you have Nitish Kumar in Bihar, you have Naveen Patnaik in Odisha, and AIDMK and DMK, you never know, next time it could be a different story. So as of now, and also these leaders have their own agenda. Can they combine together and come to under one agenda and fight Modi? That will be a big question and a big
grand alliance the way it was in Bihar.
Yes, so a grand alliance taking on Modi, it worked in Bihar, but in a national stage you never know whether it will work or not. And if Modi can deliver on his promises, if he can deliver jobs, make in India, then it will be difficult.
Great, that makes sense. But what does it mean for the economy, Sumit? I mean, everyone is hoping it will actually finally bring in the Achhe Din. Demonetization doesn't seem to have had much of an impact. In fact, most people see this as a resounding, yes from people's side, that yes, demonetization is a good move, that they've won Uttar Pradesh. But what does it mean for India, the economy, the growth prospects and jobs?
Okay, so we had the GDP numbers recently, and lots of doubts were cast on those GDP numbers.
Right.
So while the jury is still out on what is happening there, this victory of NDA and of the Narendra Modi government, especially in a key state like Uttar Pradesh, I think is great news for the economy going ahead. One, there are already initial signs of some recovery in the market, in the economy. Second, RBI has come out with a report today itself. In fact, right in the middle of counting, RBI has released this report, which says that the negative impact of demonetization is almost over.
Right.
And then there could be very positive news for the economy going ahead, long-term benefits for the economy going ahead from here, as more and more economy moves to digital and the informal economy comes into the formal economy.
Right.
But what it does really is that Rajya Sabha has been a big impediment
Right.
in some of the key legislations that the Modi government has always wanted to push. And the Uttar Pradesh victory, the Uttarakhand victory and the gains elsewhere will give Narendra Modi government more room in Rajya Sabha to push through much stronger, more radical, much stronger reforms. For instance, in the case of FDI, the government wants to move further and liberalize those norms further.
Right.
There are labor laws, which are very contentious labor laws, which labor unions are likely to contest a lot, which are up for legislation. So I think this victory will give the Modi government political room and political maneuver to push through all those radical legislations, which would anyway be good for the economy. As we said, the impact of demonetization, if you go by car sales figures and other industry data, exports have now turned around for the last 3-4 months. That data is positive.
That was quite a big feedback.
The big thing is obviously the monsoons, and it's been forecast that the dreaded El Nino phenomena may not set in before the monsoon. So we are, touch wood, we may have normal monsoons for second year in a row. And that's obviously great for agricultural production.
Right.
So I think these results are great news, and it's now up to Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, up to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Niti Aayog and everybody who's involved in all of this to really push through the economic legislations and reforms that are required.
But what are the 5 biggest reforms we should look at introducing in the next 2 years?
So I think obviously not much private investment is happening in India. There's a lot of public investment that's happening in railways and so on. So FDI is obviously important, and the more they ease things out, Prime Minister Modi also wants to go up on the ease of doing business rankings.
Right.
So the more they do that, that's great. 2, labor, again, critical input into your ease of doing business rankings. Those labor reforms have to happen, hire or fire. I mean, all the finer nuances are there in the law. But at the end of the day, it has to be easy for it. There has to be labor mobility, and that's a second key reform. And third, obviously, is agriculture. So again, this budget focused a lot on the farmer and on agriculture. So with Uttar Pradesh again being a very key agriculture state, they would be able to push through a lot of stuff. Infrastructure. They are trying to reform the railways, not just in terms of increasing the investment, but also in terms of how it is structurally managed and how it can structurally improve its efficiency and performance. So again, as I said, dealing with labor unions across industries, including PSUs like railways and so on, this will give them great room. And finally, I think disinvestment. So again, it gives them more political courage to move ahead. And for all you know, they may just take a very courageous step like perhaps selling off Air India, or at least preparing the ground to do so. So I'm just taking
and the government has shown that it can take a gamble. Demonetization was a big gamble.
Demonetization. So you never know, one day Prime Minister Modi just come on television and announce something.
Great. But Shalin, what does it mean for the investors, this mandate? Where do we see Sensex and Nifty going on Tuesday?
Well, immediately, of course, the markets will cheer the move. Clear mandates always cheer up the markets. So on Tuesday, remember Monday is a holiday. So on Tuesday we see a sharp spike in the early trading sessions, but later on markets will stabilize. Markets will come to their usual trajectory of focusing on fundamentals. That's what investors are looking at right now. Fundamentals, economic reforms, development. That's what is the key to the market right now.
So you're saying that BJP's victory has already been factored in somewhat?
To an extent. On Friday also markets went up,
Right.
but not as much. Considering that the exit polls the previous night had shown only a comfortable position for BJP
Right.
close to the halfway mark. But this is a clean sweep, 300 and more seats. So markets will rise again on these kind of gains. But as I said, investors are looking for fundamental reforms that will drive the market going ahead. So the factors that could drive the market going ahead would be crude oil, which has been falling recently, 3-month low on high US stockpiles. That will drive the market, and as Sumit said, the positives of demonetization that will start kicking in from now on. That's what is driving the markets going ahead, and then the basic fundamentals like corporate earnings, M&A activity, those kind of things. That's what the investors are looking at. So UP win will have an impact on the market, but very short-lived.
Okay, great. So this means that we don't know where 2019 is headed in terms of political analysis, but one thing is clear, that the government now has greater room to introduce more reforms, and we can look forward to days of higher economic growth and the markets going up.